What is up, YouTube? Alright, y'all. So y'all can see by the thumbnail, I actually got another one, clearly, from the thumbnail itself. And when I'm saying this, I'm referring to a TM. I've said it a few times, whether it's the podcast or just general conversations, things like that, when it comes to Tokyo Marui pistols or just pistols in general. I just wasn't big on them. But I've been sleeping on that matter of how good they are and things like this. I've had one in the past. I called her Black Betty. I actually had the same one that I'm going to sit and refer to in a second and show you, which was Black Betty. That's what I named it when I had it looking a totally different way. In that totally different way, if you happen to follow me on Instagram, you might have seen it, and it looks like this. So that one right there, you know, it was a 5.1. I had the Hive slide on it, so on and so forth. And I ran it before with a tap adapter, and I ran it with a primary adapter, things like that. You know, I played with it a lot last year, then let it go. It's actually bounced back and forth between me and a teammate a couple times. So the giveaway that I did not too long ago, kind of pushed me to wanting one again. But I ended up making a bad move, and I'm gonna throw it out there because there's no bias on a lot of things that I'm saying here. The Wii Galaxy. The Wii Galaxy, I have one. I bought one not too long ago. You might have seen it on my Instagram. The Wii Galaxy, it looks cool. It's awesome. For what it did work, I enjoyed it. But I've had more problems out of it. And it's mostly because that the spring that comes with these on the inside and the nozzle, it's crap. It's crap. You're going to have to upgrade the nozzle on the inside. It usually has a feeding issues, and it's not just mine. It's few people are having that issue with the Galaxy, and not just the G series, but also the high Capa series. Having issues with the springs. So if you could up your game up a little bit on the spring, I'm sure it'd probably be a better route for the pistol. But I had issues with it. I wanted to stay away from the TM a little bit because I didn't want to spend some money. But I went ahead and jumped back into the TM game. And boy, am I so happy that I jumped back into the TM game. As of tonight, I'm still missing 2 parts. I'm waiting for them to come in through shipment. They should be here anytime. But I'm super pumped. I've only had the 2 TMs. This is the same one, at least the frame, and the one from before I had last year. I ended up selling it, so on and so forth. But this one, I have converted, and this is a super big shout out to Blowback Masters. And I'm not sponsored by Blowback Masters, so I can be completely honest in every aspect of this video. I don't have to be biased to necessarily shout out Blowback Masters, but I'm definitely going to shout out Blowback Masters. This is my new 4.3 TM. Now, if you look closely, this is a 5.1 frame. It is a DOR 5.1 frame with a 4.3 slide on it. So it does have some new upgrades onto it. This is the Warren slide. This slide is awesome, and obviously it is purple. Because I'm a fan of purple. It looks super good. It's really lightweight, and I teamed it up with a purple Airsoft Masterpiece 4.3 outer barrel as well. I also changed the grip. This is actually one of the no pattern kind of grips with the Cow grip tape on it. Super great. Not only do I think it looks tough, it's got a good look to it, because I'm not really into so much flashiness. I mean, even though I have purple on here, I'm not into the really big flashy, TMs. I think the more subtle looks and have its performance more than its looks is a big thing. But I do like the rugged type look, and these are awesome. These grips and this sandpaper really give it a good sturdy grip to it. So that is teamed up. I have the TLR light, but this is an unlabeled one that is teamed up on it. I have a Cow adapter on here. I only have a 4.3 barrel in here, and one of the things I'm waiting on is the new 9-ball 600 inner barrel, super tight bore barrel. It's going to be pretty exciting. And I'll show you on the screen too right here. Something else that Blowback has that I'm adding to this one is the guide rod. It's a twisted purple 4.3 guide rod. Super, super cool. So I'm gonna match that up. A few things are gonna change, like this plug is silver, but I'm gonna change this to a purple one. The pin is going to change to probably black, and the trigger or the hammer is gonna change. It does have a 140 spring inner right now. I think it's a good little match so far with it. It has the, I also run the brass Airsoft Masterpiece hop up. It has 2 cow short stroke buffers in there. This is the 140 spring. This is a 5-1 guide rod, and yes, for the moment until I get my new one in, you notice how it's not sticking out, because I actually cut this guide rod. I did. You can cut them down if you look real close. It's cut flush. Just waiting on my new parts, and I'm a little impatient. I do still run the TM nozzle, because I still think the TM nozzle is probably one of the best ones. Gardner being next. Hands down. A maple leaf 70-degree bucking is what is in it, and it has a 601 PDI inner barrel in her right now. So with the adapter on here and such, this is a heat-treated cow one adapter on there for the end. So if you don't know what these adapters are, if you're having to kind of wondering what they are, I got that on there pretty tight. These adapters go on so you can tie a tracer to it very simply right there. So, and it looks good. You can keep 5-1 inner barrels inside of them and just run it, and it just comes flush, so you don't have to worry about, you know, it sticking out. It's just enough to cover it and not affect the inside of your tracer at any kind of basis. But it also just looks good. I think it just gives that little extra pop on the end. But I really like that. I think this rear sight, I could be completely wrong. I need to look back, and I could right now, but I'm just not going to pause the video. I believe it's an Edge rear sights for this. Looks really good, but the Warren slide is super, super dope. It's super light. I think this is something that's not seen a lot. So it's something different, and I really, really like it. I have an Edge trigger in her. This is the trigger by Edge. I like this one. I'm not really into puzzle triggers. I don't really care for the way they look. But this one's cool. It's got enough, it's flat enough, and it gives just that little hook at the bottom, opposed to just an all flat like trigger, flat puzzle trigger, I'm sorry. And of course I do. This had to be, because what I ran my old one with primaries or tap adapters, things like that such, I had to team this up with the Monk Custom adapter. Listen to me real close. Come real close to the camera. If you do not have one of these by Monk Custom yet, you are missing out. And I'm telling you right now that I understand that it can be a little hefty price on some of them. I get that. But you don't have to buy the mag and this. You can buy this lower, the lower alone, and put your own mag to it. That's what I chose to do on this one. I have a silver Tokyo Marui mag, and I just purchased the lower from it. And this one I pay full price where I don't have to be biased with Monk. I just stand behind Monk Customs product. Everything they make. They're hands down the best in the game when it comes to adapters. Super easy to install. It even comes with this little rod right here for your BBs. It says Monk Customs. It's got the front buttons, and these buttons, they have been shot. I've known 2 guys so far that have had this button shot out, and they do have them on their website that you can replace these buttons. So I don't have a mag near standby. Yes, I do have a mag on standby. So these look really, really good. This is an EPM 1, and it holds tight. There's no wiggle to it, nothing like that. It holds, and they're super snug, super easy, but they look really good. All right, not only do they look good, let's team this up like this. So that's the way it looks from this point. And there's a big difference when you run these opposed to when you run your regular tap or primary adapters. The feel for these alone is so much more comfortable. You don't have a big, M4 mag hanging out the bottom. It holds real tight to the forearm, either arm you're on. So the profile is very fitting. You don't have to worry about it hitting on anything. If I'm coming around a corner, I don't have to worry about my mag just striking something. If I run and jump, I don't have to worry about my mag slamming into the ground, nothing along them lines. Real good tight profile to hold close. You grip your gun and it almost creates a type of extra sturdiness with the, especially with these EPM ones. Now you can run the S's, which are shorties, the 170 rounds. I think these are a little bit better, mostly because of that. You get that little bit better feel for it, and to hold super tight. Really like them. Man, Monk is making great products. So their link will be in the description to the US one, because a lot of you guys that are seeing this are probably gonna be in the US. But I guess I'll post the the global one too. But it looks really good. I'm really liking it. So looking forward to a lot of gameplay with that one. But to keep on to the Monk train here for a second, is y'all seen on one of my last loadout videos, and I'll actually put it up here. It may pop up. It ain't been want to do it on your phone lately. I've noticed that, so it may pop up there, it may not. But y'all know I had the 5.56 with a jack, and then I ended up putting a red line in it, so on and so forth. I had to go back, so I'm back on the ESG. This is just a G&G SRS. This is not a Monk Custom upper or lower, and it's not a rail or anything like that from there. This is just the grip, and this is the one with the bulge right here. I didn't know how I liked it at first, but I actually like the bulge. This one's teamed up with the Storm Wolverine Regulator. I had one of these in my old Euro Tactics one, the Storm Regulator. Awesome regulators. I think this one you should go to first over the Polar Star, but it's an either or situation. I think the Storm is definitely the better route. It's only teamed up with its regular FCU. I do not have a Gorilla in here at the moment, and I still have a Polar Star jack in here, teamed up with the Retro Arms hop-up, and this is the 7-inch. This rail I get asked about a lot. This is a 7-inch carbon fiber rail on here. This I got it from Speed Tech. Super cool rail, very lightweight. I got an RMR on there as well, but the lightweight of this changes the game. It really does. Just having a carbon fiber front, rail, handguard, some of y'all want to say it. I refer to it as a rail. It just goes right, and the profile fits right for it. I still have a speed trigger in here. This is the Speed brand speed trigger. I have a blaster on here at the moment, but it's not mine. I actually run a Brighter C tracer. It's probably my favorite tracer, hands down. This cap, I do not have the Monk Custom cap yet. This one's actually 3D printed from one of my teammates, so I'd suggest getting one of these if you choose to go the route of an ESG. I prefer the ESGs probably anything really. I do like a stock on a gun in certain scenarios, but the feel and comfortability and versatility of the ESG is just remarkable. You cannot kind of match it. Now I get it, some people are like, they don't like it, they look like a paintball gun, yada yada. Well, I've heard it enough. I'm not too worried about that at the moment, because the gameplay with them, being able to use them, put them down, pick them up, you have your tank connected to you right there. The performance of them are phenomenal. I don't have my tank nearby and I don't want to pause it. But I would highly suggest getting the ESG. I'm going to suggest it to anyone, and yet again, I don't have to be biased on it. It's just my opinions on things. Out of each things I've used so far, these are where it is at. Looks great with the EPM ones. Overall, good builds. And like I said, this is not a Monk Custom build. It's just their grip. And this is a G&G, regular G&G SRS. So you can team them up with almost anything, and they come out good. So it's just not Monk build, when I say it's a Monk build, because it's not Monk Custom full build. But no joke, I'm happy to have a TM again. I'm super pumped about having a TM again. I'm gonna try to drop some video footage. I'll actually be in HTK this weekend, so I'll probably drop some footage from this, from their indoor, and maybe some tournament footage as well. Hit up Blowback Masters, y'all. Seriously, hit him up. He's got all kinds of stuff in stock, like legit, a lot of stuff in stock. Not only that, I mean, you can go over to Monk Custom yourself, to their website, the US site, the EU site, anything like that. Check out what they got going on. They also have outer barrels. They have the Gorilla FCU. They have black leaf triggers, you name it. And like I said, they do have the buttons on here for these now. They have these lowers that you can buy by themselves, or you can get it with the mag, and the mags actually say Monk Custom on the side of them. They're super cool. But big shout out to Monk Custom, big shout out to Blowback Masters. Hit them up. They're gonna both be in the description. Get some of these parts, man. Tell me what you think of these. Are you running any of these? Have you ran this yet? Have you had issues with it? Anything like that? Do you love it? Do you hate it? Whatever the case is. But yeah, man, this is my stuff for the moment. Some things are prone to change. I do change, I don't know, guns more than I do change a lot of things. But we all do that. I'm not going to focus on gear tonight. I'm just going to focus just on the guns. But I appreciate y'all. I always do. But like I said, drop it in the comments. Let me know what you think on these parts. I'll try to leave a link to anything I can if you have a question on it. Just let me know. I'll get with y'all in the next video. Check out the podcast. All right, y'all.